Cheers, g'day everybody. Sonia Bernard here, linked by Ink, independent demonstrator. And here's my kitty on the table. It is Thursday. I don't even know what day it is. The 9th of February. I was going to say November for a second. I was like, no. That's because 9 is no. November's the 11th. I don't know where my brain's at today. Okay, oh, my cup. Okay, this is a Universal Studios cup. I actually don't eat donuts a lot, but I love some carbs like bread. Oh my gosh, I love bread. It's a Homer Simpson cup. And I got that when my family and I went there for vacation because I love Universal. Okay, so today I am bringing you from the mini catalog on page 12, the Share a Milkshake bundle. And look at that, there's some fun ideas. Remember to always case the catalog. There's lots of ideas in the mini. So there's some fun ideas for you to use in there. And we are going to focus on the dies, because basically for a lot of that, if you want it kind of off the page and layering, you're going to have to cut it out, but then you're going to have to stamp it first. So this is the dies. This is, it reminded me of, like, when I was creating this, I was thinking like punch art, but it's really die cut art. There's a lot of die cutting going on in this. Now, I've already pre-done it all. I'm just basically going to show you how to do it. This is my free with purchase class. So, how cute is that? So you could go ahead and purchase this bundle. What's the price on this? Page 12. The bundle is $44 for both the sweet milkshake and the dies. That's not a bad deal. And then if you do that, you will get this class for free mailed to you, along with full PDF instructions emailed to you. And there's enough in the class to do 8 cards for each of 4 designs. So we are also using today from the Celebration catalog what I've been using for the last couple of videos. Is Dandy Designs paper. It's so versatile. I've been using so much of it. Love it. So as far as I know, that is still available. When you spend $100 or more, you get that free. So now during Celebration, don't stop at $44. Add $6 more to your order. That's a couple of packs of dimensionals. That's a pack of embellishments, and that's $50. And then you get a free item from either Celebration or from the new Celebration products that are available. I've posted them on my Facebook page. I don't have them in print right now. Okay, so it got very dark in here, even though the sun's out. I don't know. Let me show you the cards real quick. Life is Sweeter with You. And then we've got Celebrate. This is maybe my favorite. And we've got another Celebrate. And I tried to stick with all of the, just the one stamp set. And then You're the Cherry on Top. I was kind of going for a softer masculine feel. I don't know if you have soft and masculine together, but that's what I was going for. Okay, so let's turn this down and get started. And I will show you how I did all of these. Here we go. Give it a second as I turn it down. We figure out. Okay, I can push that back a little more. Okay, that's just so I kind of make sure I'm putting my stuff in the right spot. So the first one that we're doing is this little cute Sunday card. And to do that, I've used the little die for the cup and the spoon die. I used a silver foil for the little spoon, because that's what color all my spoons are, like silver. And then we use this little top part. Now, if you want, you could also use this little piece here. That's for a little bit of cream on top, like some whipped cream, or you could do it a caramel color too. And then we used the hearts out of that. So those are the dies used for this card. Now, you'll see this has got some texture on it. I hope you can see that. So what we did with that one, put all these back out of the way. Let me pull it out. Okay, let's get all my stuff over here. I grabbed the Hive 3D embossing folder and I embossed some soft suede cardstock. And then I cut out a little square of the cardstock, and then I cut out the little bowl there. And the reason I cut the square out is because I figured if I ran it back through, it was going to flatten it with my die cutting machine, and we didn't want that. So that is how I just needed some texture on that bowl, just to give it some visual interest, I thought. And especially since I wasn't giving any texture to the ice cream. Now, if you have this stamp set, you can stamp these in these colors and then put it on white cardstock, stamp it in the colors, and then die cut as well. It's an additional step, but it's going to give it a different visual look to the card because it's going to be a stamped card. So you can take this card and die cut, or you can take this card and stamp everything and then die cut, or you could probably just stamp and mask right onto the paper. So options, we love options. This is easy, but it is tedious because of all the pieces and the die cutting. So we started with, yes, you guessed it, Fresh Freesia, my fave, and it's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then we have 2 layers of basic white cardstock. And this first layer is 5 by 3 3/4. And this next layer is 4 3/4 by 3 1/2. And if you wanted to do a piece for the inside and decorate, you can. This kit does not come with inside pieces. It's just, this is what you get, okay? I'm sure you've all got basic white at the house and can make that up yourselves. Okay. So all I did, it's so easy, was run through. We've got let's see if I can remember all the colors now. Fresh Freesia. We did Blackberry Bliss. We did, I say we, but it was just me. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to remember them all now. Highland Heather. And, no, that's Gorgeous Grape and Highland Heather. Got it. Okay. Highland Heather. Gorgeous Grape, Highland Heather, Blackberry Bliss, and Fresh Freesia. I did not write it down, but there we go. And then we did the hearts in Sweet Sorbet. We did the spoon in the foil, in the silver foil, and we did I keep saying we, the cup in the soft suede. So to start, we want to assemble our little ice cream here. And you want to start by, if you line this up, you've got this cut off here, and this kind of comes up. So you want to put just glue on a little edge here and a little edge here. I'm going to show you. You don't want to get too much glue here, just a little bit. And don't worry about it sticking, because we're going to put dimensionals all over the back, and that will hold it all together. So you just line that up and just slide it down so it's covering any gap. Okay, now you'll see it's got this little cut in it. I don't know if you can see that. That's where you stick the little spoon or the cherry or whatever, the straw in there. So I don't want to show that. So I'm going to, with the next one, we can put more glue on this one. But we're going to line it up, so we're just covering that cut. And you can even tilt it a little to the right. Oops, got a little bit too much glue there. I know we all get that sometimes. You should just get my fingernail and wipe it off like that. Then we'll do the Gorgeous Grape, maybe a little less glue this time. And we're just building. So really the thing that takes a lot of time with this is the die cutting. And I was kicking myself when I'm like doing it, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to offer this to my customers. But guess what? I'm going to do all this die cutting for you with your free with purchase card kit. And here comes my kitty. You can't hop right in front of my face because then I can't see what I'm doing. Oh, one thing to remember here, sorry, kitten, is don't put glue over the back of that slot, because you want to be able to stick your little spoon in here. So we can actually go ahead and stick that spoon in first. then glue is probably the smarter way to do it. There we go. So let's redo that. And we're going to put that on top there. And if you want, if you have one of those silicone mats, you can use that so it doesn't get glue onto your mat like I just did there. Now, this is where I get all my dimensionals, and this is what's going to hold it all together. So just put your dimensionals on your layers, and that'll help secure that and put it all together, so you don't have to worry about anything falling off. Voila. Okay, then we're going to take our large piece, yes, okay, and we're just going to glue that down onto our card front. And our smaller white piece, we're going to go ahead and wrap some ribbon around it. Oh no, the cat's coming. My cat loves ribbon. So, try to do this without her seeing. No, kitty. It's not for you. So we're going to just put that to one side of the card. And you can do a knot or you can do a bow. I think I just did a knot because I was like, oh, who's going to mess with this? Who's got time to mess with this? Not me. So we'll just do a knot for that one and trim that off. And it doesn't matter if it's not lined up yet because we can move that around. No big deal. And that is, sorry, I should tell you that that is, of course, the Fresh Freesia. My eyeball's not working today. I don't have my glasses on, but it is the open weave ribbon. It's the in color ribbon. You can guess that's going away since the Fresh Freesia is going away. We've had it, I can't believe we've had it almost 2 years, and now it's time to say goodbye. So sad. So stock up. Don't forget your ink refiller. I will be getting a lot more paper in this Fresh Freesia because I'm going to use it for personal cards that are not related to my business. And if you want, you can stick this dimensional a little bit on the ribbon too and help secure that. So I always like to put 6. I don't know. I'm always like, got to be even. I'm weird like that. Is anyone else like that? Like when you've got to do things, it's got to be in even numbers or odd numbers. Not always. Not like OCD. Just a little bit. Okay. And we're just going to have dimensionals down on that. Then easy peasy, we're going to put, there's nothing hard about these cards. It's really just the die cutting and then just putting everything together. And we're going to put a little bowl here. And now take this and use all different color combinations. Oh, I really should have stamped this first. Okay, we're living on the edge today. We are going to go with the Blackberry Bliss. How did I forget the sentiment? I was distracted by the cat. Oh, let's see. This could be a disaster. But if it is, I'll show you a trick to fix it. So, yes. Let's see what we can get away with here. Life is sweeter with you. And I just made a mess. Let's see. Let's just start that again. Just got ink all over the... There we go. Okay. Cross your fingers, everybody. Hold your breath. One, 2, 3. Yes! Love that. Okay. Whew. Don't forget to stamp your sentiment before we start. Oh my gosh. Okay, you know, I make the mistakes so you don't have to. There we go. So we're going to take the mini dimensionals. You know, we sell these are regular size. We also sell the itty bitty minis, and this is the best thing since sliced bread, seriously. They fit on so many smaller pieces, and even though this is so tiny, you may still have to cut one, just cut a little bit off one. You can do it like this. Whoops, come here. You can put it on top of the heart, and then there'll be a little bit hanging off the edge, and you can just trim that off. That's one way to do it. Or you can cut it in half. And then we're going to put these cute little hearts on. If I can get the little backing of the dimensional. My eyeballs are really not functioning well today at all. And then we've got one more. So instead of putting like bling, I decided to put the hearts. I like them. I think they were cute. And to bling it up just a little bit. Hey Joanne, how you doing? So I get my Winker Stella and put it over the hearts. If you wanted to, you could put it on the ice cream. I think I did on another card. But I didn't want to put a whole bunch. You could. Shall we do it? Let's do it. Let's see what it looks like if we color in the entire, and that's, you're going to use a lot of Winker Stella doing that. But it is ice cream, and ice cream has that shimmery effect to it. So just for this card, we will do it. There we go. And let's see what that looks like, the difference. Okay. Give that a minute to dry. There. Do we see a difference? Let me bring it up a little bit. So you can Winker Stella the whole thing or just do the hearts. So that's card number 1. Boom. Easy. Well, except for all the die cutting that you just sat through. So this is, you know, like I said, whether you're going to Stampin' die cut or just die cut, either way, you're going to be doing a lot of die cutting with this set. But it's so much fun and it's so cute. Now, this is my fave, I really think. And it's funny because this is the one that I designed last and was giving me the hardest, like just the design brain. It wasn't working. I changed the color of the card base several times and changed the color of the ice cream cone, and, or I should say the milkshake. And I was just struggling. And then it just, for me, it came out. I love it. So we used Granny Apple Green is what I finally settled on. Now, I was going for a little bit more of a masculine feel, but still with a celebratory feel, if that makes sense. So I went with the Granny Apple Green. Let me just turn over my paper with my 5.5 by 8.5 scored at 4 1/4. And then we got some of this cute Dandy Designs paper, and that is 5 1/4 by 4. And then I cut out a piece of basic white with the scalloped contours dies, and it is the second to largest one of my favorite dies to use. And then look at this fun die right here. That looks like waffle fries. It's like is it Chick-fil-A has the waffle fries? So that is cut out in soft suede, okay? And it's just so cute. Now you could also put this more to the side and put the shake more here if you like. I just kind of put it as a background piece because I wanted everything centered. So this one, oh my gosh, I forgot the color of the gray. Let me see if I wrote this one down. Gray granite, yes. Okay, I was like, it's not basic gray. I did gray granite, and I did the same thing with the embossing folder, except this time I used the gingham, I'm not sure, embossing folder. So again, with this one actually, because it was a larger piece, I die cut using this die, the little cup die. And then I ran it through, because I could fit several of them in there, and I ran it through the embossing folder, and it gives a fun look to it. Because again, I didn't want just plain and boring, but I wasn't stamping, so I needed something with, I call it visual texture. And then I finally settled on the rich raspberry for the milkshake. I was like, well, it could be like a berry kind of milkshake. And then for the straw, I don't know if you can see this. Let me see. This is the pearlescent specialty paper. I cut the straw out with that, and that is this tiny little die here. So lots of die cutting, but so cute. Then we did use, I also used some pearlescent paper for the little cream on top. Got a little whipped cream on our milkshake, because you can't have milkshake without whipped cream. Well, you can, but I don't suggest it. So we are just going to go ahead and glue down our designer series paper. Dandy Designs from the Celebration catalog. Really take advantage of this paper if you get it. There's so many possibilities. If you go back through my videos, you'll see that I've used this quite a few times. And if you go on my Pinterest, you'll see too, several card classes I use this as well. Use it for a taco card. So many possibilities. So we do love versatility. Okay, dimensionals. And you can do this now or later. Doesn't matter. Unlike the other card, we're not stamping onto this. Yes, that could have been disastrous. Now, if I had have messed up that last stamp, what I would have done is just stamped it on a white piece of paper, and then I would have fussy cut out the letters and stuck it right on top. And there we go. Now, with this one, you're going to want this in about the middle of the page, the die cut. Now, all I did, because it's like, how do you glue this down? Well, since I knew this is going right on top here, I just grabbed about the center and threw some glue down. And it doesn't matter if it's, you know, a little bit extra and it seeps out, because no one's going to see it. It's going to be hidden here. And that simple. I love this die. Oh my goodness, it's so fun. I would love if this milkshake, share a milkshake stamp set carries over. That's always the fun part, is we never know what's going to carry over and what's not. So we're going to get our straw and we're going to stick it through that little slot before we apply any glue. Okay, and then we're going to do the same as we did with layering, and put a little bit down here. Come out, glue. And then a little bit down here. It might be a little bit too much. And just position how you want your straw. I want it at about a 45-degree angle for me personally, but you put it how you want it, how you think it looks best for you. And then one way to do it to save your table from getting sticky is just hold it on your hand. There we go. How simple is that? Then this cute little piece of whipped cream. And if you could see this in real life, it really is quite shimmery. So it's a lot of fun. And I just lined that up right there. And made my whipped cream on top of my milkshake. You know where I haven't been in a long time, speaking of milkshakes, is that place Steak and Shake. I used to take my daughter there when we lived in Tennessee. She was little. She loved that joint. She used to get the biggest shakes with all these different things in them. Me, I'll get one every now and again. I've got a problem with milk. Now, before we put that down, we are going to get out. That was probably too much information there. Sorry. We're going to get our linen thread and just wrap it around the base. Again, I was trying to go masculine, but I still wanted a little something on there, you know. It's a celebration. Wrap it around as many times as you want. And then we're going to tie a bow. Getting there with this twine. Oops. struggling. I know you know I struggle with my boobs, but you know, one day. There we go. And now we can pop that down. And then you don't always, as you can see with this card, you don't always have to have your sentiment off to the side or a bit. You could, this one we're going to throw it smack dab in the middle. The same with this. We're going to put it right there, so I've got a little bit showing on both sides. Then we're going to get just a little piece of basic white. Just grab a scrap that you have, and we're going to get Rich Razzleberry and the Celebrate stamp. Now I'm going to go as close to the corner of this piece of paper as I can. And the reason I'm doing this is because I'm going to hand cut this sentiment out. So I'm hoping that's a straight piece, yeah. I'm going to stick that right there. That's a little bit higher than I wanted, but that's okay. I can actually leave a little bit more edge around this then. And then I'm just going to get my scissors. Is it okay? People call it scissors, snips, or scissor. I've always said scissors because that's how I grew up hearing it. Don't play with the scissors. And basically just cutting it out. It doesn't have to be perfect. If it's a little off, that's okay. I'm not going to sit here and measure it and get upset about it. We're just going to go with that. Because honestly, it's the last thing anyone's going to be looking at. And if they are, then they need to be a paper crafter. Okay, so we're going to put that in. Then we're going to get some of these cute, these are adhesive-backed Milky Dots. And they're called that because they kind of have this like milky transparency to them, but in the different colors. So, which one? I think I used the more pinkish ones. That's my technical term there, pinkish. And we're just going to pop a few of them on. Again, you can, whoops, it's stuck on my finger. Here we go. Sometimes just use the finger. I thought 3 was fine for this. You know, you could put 5 on if you want. Again, my Take My Pick tool is just not working for me today. Or maybe it's just me. There we go. Okay, so we are celebrating with our little die cut milkshake. That's card number 2. 2 down, 2 to go. Here we go. Number 3. And I really like this one too. Because of waffle cone, even though I didn't fold this properly, it's supposed to fold all the way over. Calling myself out on that one, but that's okay. This is a fun one to do. And this one we went with, I don't know why I'm saying we, Calypso Coral. And hi Donna, thanks for joining. And again, with that Dandy Designs paper. Oh, just need some of my coffee. So this one opens this way. So we're going to do 11 by 4 1/4, and it's scored at 5 1/2. And then we've got our Dandy Designs paper, and that is 5 1/4 by 4. Just going to push this down a little more. There we go. And I've also got another little piece of, again, it's that Dandy Designs paper. And this one is 1 by 4. And that's going to go right across there. Then I got a piece of vellum that we are going to stamp on. And this is 2 1/4 by 3 3/4. And then we've got our die cut pieces. So I used crumb cake to cut out. It's such a fun, this waffle cone die. It looks like this. So I'm going to hold that up a little bit more so you can see it. It embosses and cuts it at the same time. And it scores it as well. I mean, hello. That's awesome, right? And then we did the little flavors. Let's see if I can remember our colors. Calypso Coral, Petal Pink. Oh my goodness, this one's going to get me. Blushing. I always get Blushing Bride and Petal Pink mixed up. So Blushing Bride, Petal Pink, Calypso Coral. There we go. Okay. And then a little bit of the, I just did white with this one. I didn't do the pearlescent. And for the whipped cream. So that is the smaller. There's a baby one in here. Let me find it. Where's my die gone? Oh, here it is. There's this little die that looks also like clouds. So you could use these in cards as a cloud, you know, behind there. Actually, I think even these to me look like kind of little clouds. Or a jelly bean. Okay, I'm getting sidetracked. And then I used, yeah, I showed you the waffle die. And then that's this tiny little, oh, let me get it off. That's this tiny little die here for the whipped cream. Okay, so to give this a little bit of depth, because otherwise I think that just looks quite stark when you look at it. Oh, and so there's a trick. There is one side is smaller than the other side, and you'll see here, see how it's got a little round piece down the bottom? It's a little longer. This side is longer and thicker than this side, and I guess I was not paying attention when I did that, so I tried to wrap it that way, and that's why I had issues. So it does go a certain way like this. And now we're going to get our soft suede ink. Good grief, Sonia. And our little sponge dauber here. We do sell sponge daubers too. And we're just going to give this a little bit of a sponging on the edges. And I really don't need to do the back because it's going to get glued. But I do want to do the sides. And then flip it, because this is a side that's going to show, although most of this is getting covered, so you really only got to do a little bit of the edges. That's going to get covered so you can look at it. You might want to do a little bit of this edge. You may even want to do this whole edge here, which I did not do on my last one, but I should have. And then what I did do was I ever so gently just rubbed the soft suede over top of the crumb cake. And I wasn't even caring if it was even or not. I just wanted a little bit of color in there. Like that. And some of that's going to get covered up. So we can sponge that edge too. So just work with it until it's looking how you like it. Now don't glue it together yet. First we're going to assemble our ice cream. Yum. You know I'm going to go be eating ice cream after this with some whipped cream, some Nutella, because yum. Okay, so we're going to build backwards on that. And what I mean by this is we're going to start with the bottom and build our way to the top. So you're going to get whichever one you want on the bottom, and we'll start with this one on the bottom. I think we'll go, I think this is the color I did. Well, I'm going to change it around. Okay, so we're going to put glue on the top of this. Had to think about it for a second. And then you want to bring it up so you're covering that straight edge here. You don't want to be able to see the straight edge. So you see how that's still showing like that? That's a no-go. Got to move it over. That's why I like using the multi-purpose glue, because you can shimmy it around until you've got it where you want it. So we do not want those edges sticking out there. Whoops, that's a little bit too far. Okay, then we're going to do that again with a little bit on here. Perfect. So we've got our ice cream, I think mango, peach when I see these colors. Then we're going to go ahead and stick them down on here. But before we stick them, we're going to make sure that they're going to be covered when we close this. You don't want to stick them up here and then not be out, you know, and then it not be covered, if I'm making sense. Sometimes words and I struggle. Okay, so we're going to put some of this glue down the bottom. Seriously need to go to an optometrist or wear glasses, one of the two. There we go. Now we can go ahead and glue this down. To me, less is always more. You don't need a lot of that glue to make it stick. And then I did put some whipped cream on the very top, kind of covering all of the ice cream. And now we've built our little waffle cone. There we go. How cute is that? Okay, next we're going to need our Calypso Coral. And this is where it can get tricky. When you stamp onto vellum, you really want to let it dry. Oh, I've got to clean this stamp because it's not absorbent like paper is. Not as absorbent, I should say. It just takes longer for it to dry to that. So we're going to use the Celebrate stamp, and just right at the bottom of this, we're going to stamp. Now, I probably should have done that if I was thinking smartly. I would have done that at the beginning and then set it aside and let it dry. We just flap it around. Okay, we'll just put it aside for a second while we assemble the rest of this card. So it comes together, like I said, comes together pretty quick once you cut out all the pieces. That's what's going to take you a minute here. But again, when you purchase this card kit between now and next Monday, including next Monday, midnight next Monday, and you spend $35 or more using my host code that's in the description, you will get this kit for free mailed to you. If you're local, you can do local pickup too. It may take a little bit longer to get to you than my normal kits because I've got so much die cutting to do, but it will be coming just as soon as I can. So we're just going to glue that down, and then our cute little accent piece, that could go this way too. How are we thinking? Why not? Let's do the opposite. Sometimes I see the opposite. I'm like, oh, I want to go with that instead. So this is a little bit louder this way, but visually louder. But let's do it. Let's live on the edge. There we go. Now, I love this twine. This is the 3 twine combo from the mini. So I hope this carries over, but we never know. I want everything to carry over. I'm ridiculous. So we are going to, without smudging, as I laugh about that, we're going to wrap this around twice. We'll wrap it around once, bring it back around, and we're going to tie a cute little bow over to one side. Let's see how that goes. I feel glue on my fingers. Oops. Pull it over. Kind of want to go as much to the left as you can there, because you need your space for your waffle cone. So the twine's included in your kit. All the pieces are included, just no stamped images. It's against Stampin' Up! Policy. All the die cut pieces, the DSP pieces, all that's prepped and done for you. So really you just need, this is another reason I did the die cut kit, is because all you need is some sentiments, and then you can just put this kit together that I've already prepared for you. Okay, we've got that Celebrate. We've got our waffle cone. Of course, we're going to throw some dimensionals on there. I'm just now use the edges of your dimensionals. Remember, these here, you can literally just rip it with your fingers and make sure that you use that. And then I'm gonna, the reason I'm gonna stick this down first is so that now, you know that vellum is see-through, so we don't want to put any glue where we can see. I'm gonna go ahead and get my glue dots, which I know I had on the table. I know I had them. Where did I put them? I was like, I'm gonna have everything today. There's not gonna be a thing I need to run and get. I lied to myself. Where? Okay. I've got domestic blindness right now. You know when something's right in front of you and you can't see it? I think that's what I'm experiencing today. Oh my gosh, they are. They're right on the table. I went and got another pack. They were literally just to the right of my hand. I was like, okay, I knew I had them. I knew it. Okay, so what I did with this one is now I just went ahead. I didn't want to add another layer. I thought that that was enough. Now, if you want to, you could just put some dimensionals on the back of here and pop it up. And then you would just put them in the same place I'm putting them, where the waffle cone is, so that you can't see them. Well, so that no one can see it. And then we'll put that, am I making sense? I hope I'm making sense. We'll put that in here in the middle and just squish it down. And then, again, a little bit of bling, and I used the more clear milky dot at the top. Let's see if I can get my take your pick tool rolling. There we go. Don't know why I was having so much of an issue before. Sometimes it's just, whoop, just folds over a little bit. Oh, it's killing me, Smalls. Okay, there we go. A little bit of bling, and we are done with number 3. One more to go. And this one's a more basic, softer, simpler one, but it's cute still. It gives me actually baby boy vibes. I don't know. It just gives me like, you know, oh, you've had a baby boy. So maybe this could be a baby boy card and just change the sentiment here. You could also, if you wanted to, you know, stamp your sentiment on something else and cut it out and then put it on here, or die cut it. But I wanted to show you how you don't have to always do that. You can just stamp onto your vellum or stamp straight onto your designer series paper. So this is our balmy blue, and let's get all the bits. And we are going to get a piece of 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. That is this piece. And then again with that same Dandy Designs paper, this is 5.5 by 2.5. We're going to go ahead and fold and score that one, burnish it. And this is actually going to open this way. We're not gluing that down yet. Now this one, I used the Basic Borders dies. I think these kind of got forgotten about, but they're in my stash. I was like, you know what? I'm going to pull these out. And I chose the more pointy one because I thought pointy was more masculine. I don't know why. That's just how my head went. Now, if you don't have these, you could use the Scallop Contour dies. There is a, it just fell out. There is this curvy die here that you could use as well. Either waves like that, or you can do it this way as well. So remember, you can use these dies both ways. They don't go just one way. They're going to give you a different look. And then I did use the Stylish Shapes dies. Again, another one of my favorites. And that is your second to biggest. Second biggest? Second, yeah, not second to biggest. Second biggest. Then we have a little piece of basic white, and this is 2 1/8 by 2 1/8. Okay, and this one is actually 5.5 by 1.5, and then you die cut it with your edge of the basic white. Then again, we did the same thing with the cup, using that same paper in the soft suede with the folder, my brain Hive 3D embossing folder. And then in Pacific Point, I decided to go like really dark blue because I'm thinking blueberry. I cut that out for the milk, what is it, ice cream bowl. Then I've cut out 2 cherries. Excuse me, sorry. So sorry. I woke up with a massive allergy headache this morning. Okay, that is real red. And oh my goodness, is it, oh, it used to be called Lucky Lime. No, that was another one. Parakeet Party. There we go. Parakeet Party and real red. Now, the reason I've done that is so that we can have a stem color and it not just be all red. So all you have to do, because we want the stem to be green, is ever so carefully chop off the little stem, and then we get a little bit of glue. And you can do this with any of your dies. You can like really change things up when you layer your dies and get a lot of different colors to them. And then you've got a little cherry bomb. I don't know why it's a bomb. It's probably from that song. But there we go. So now we've got our cherry with our little green stem. Just trying to make sure, whoops, make sure that's lined up properly. And if it's not, if you see a little edge, you can always trim that off later. Like I said, I don't have my glasses on. So basically it's a quick assemble from here. We've die cut this piece. We want to make sure that this is adhered down. So a little bit here. And then I just lined it up with the like the down part. I'm trying to think, and my brain just would not work there. There. Then simply layer, I'm going to let that dry for a second. Layer this little piece of white onto our balmy blue. And it's really just providing a little background frame for our bowl of ice cream. And then we can assemble. Again, if you've got something to put in this little hole first, put it in first, and then we'll glue. So we just let it sit in there. And then same thing, we just want a little, tiny little bit of glue. And we will use dimensionals to make sure that that sticks properly. It doesn't come apart. I'll flip that over so you can see. Just make sure that that edge is covered. Just gonna make sure it's straight. There we go. And then you can go ahead and, if you want, straight away throw some dimensionals down on that. Put it right there on the crease in, see right there, onto the cherry, so that's not going to go off anywhere. It's going to stay exactly where I want it to stay. There we go. And if you want, you can get a mini and stick the mini on here as well, on the foot of the bowl. Next, we're going to need some white crinkled, what is this? Crinkled seam binding ribbon. That's a long title for a ribbon. And oh, what we should do, I guess, what we should have done is do the sentiment in case we make a boo-boo. Again, if we make a boo-boo, we can just cover that up, and this is going to be stamped in Pacific Point. You can just re-stamp it on a piece of basic white and fussy cut it out and pop it on there. So you're the cherry on top. I don't know why, but I always find stamps stamped so wonderfully on DSP. Someone from Lyles, Tennessee is calling me. I'm sorry. I'm doing a Facebook Live right now. Leave a message. Okay, so that was in Pacific Point. Then we're going to wrap this around. I did try different ribbons here, and to me, this one kind of just went with it. Again, it's giving me that newborn baby boy vibe. And this one, I'm going to tie it, and then I'm going to move it to where I want it. There we go. Let's trim. Almost done. I'm just going to slide this up to here. I'm going to slide it over a little bit. There we go. Move it to where you like it. Actually, might put it back that way. Might have to play with it later. There we go. Just pulled it a little tighter, so we don't want to cover up the sentiment. So we are going to go ahead and just adhere that using the multi-purpose glue. And I will put some glue onto the actual ribbon itself to really make sure that that sits down and is not going to be moving around later as the card is being mailed and opened and adored by someone. Okay, and we're just going to line that up there. Perfect. Cute. You could even just make that a card. It's so cute. Okay, maybe, okay, it needs a little something on it, but okie dokie. Next, we've already got this layered, so we'll just throw our ice cream bowl. Oh, I really want some Nutella and some strawberries and some bananas. Vanilla ice cream is my favorite. I do love banana ice cream, but they don't have that in America. It's just straight banana flavored ice cream. It's not banana split or any of that. Straight banana. One day I will find it. That was my favorite growing up. And the only time I like bananas is if I eat them with ice cream. I cannot eat a banana by itself. Like, that texture is just, oh no. But I put it in there with some ice cream. Whew, it's a different story. Okay. Everyone's going to be going to their freezer in a minute. But if you put Nutella in with your ice cream, seriously, it goes kind of hard. Same with the strawberries. And I think everything kind of just freezes. I layer it in a bowl and everything freezes and it's so delicious. So we're going to pop that on there. And then again with the milky dots. Now you could, let's go a little bold and let's do the blue ones on here. Why not? Let's change things up. I like to like change it up and oh, that looks pretty already. I should have done the blue in the beginning. Okay. Okay. Yes. Look at that. Makes it a little bolder, makes it pop just a little more. So the original, there's now got half my trash over it. I just use those clear ones at the top, but we can make it pop a little more with those blue ones. They are really cute. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I know we've made it through to the end. Made it through with these cute little ice cream milkshake waffle cone cards. And let me know what you think of them. Again, this is my free card with a purchase offer. So how that works is you use the link in my description. Make sure you use that host code. If it doesn't attach the host code, I can get it changed. There's an amount I can get done every month. But if you don't use it and you place your order with another demonstrator, I can't help you. And then I can't send you your kit. Your kit will include all this card stock, all these pieces cut, all these die pieces. The ribbon is included. I'm going to do all the work for you. You just have to stamp and assemble. That I'm not allowed to stamp for you. So you can grab whatever sentiment stamp you have, and you can use black ink on all of these. If that's all you have, use black ink. It'll look fine with, as well. What's not included, there's no inside included. You've got basic white, and if you don't, I sell it. and the bling is not included. But if you, so you're getting all of this, it's just not assembled. I can't sponge that for you. You're going to have to do that, okay? No, I'm not inking stuff. I am going to be doing all this die cutting for you. It's a lot, but I'll do it because I think these cards are cute and I think you will really enjoy making them and handing them out to someone. So again, if you spend $50 or more, you will get a free embellishment, and I like to surprise people. So it would be from the new mini or the new annual catalog, or not the new annual, that's not out yet, but the mini or the annual catalog. And that's before shipping and tax on both of those. So that is my free with class purchase offer for this week. And you've got till next Monday, I believe it's the 13th, by midnight to place that order using that host code. And I will ship all these out to you. You're also going to get a PDF, which is a 4-page, it's actually 5 because there's a front cover, but so there's a 4-page PDF with full instructions, all the measurements, all the item numbers, or the supply list, step-by-step instructions and pictures, so you know exactly how to put everything together, and that gets emailed to you. Okay, guys, and don't forget Celebration. I know, I gotta say it every time I get on here because it's an amazing join special. I'd love to have you on my team. It is going good till February 28th. You can still join after the 28th, but oh, you're going to be so sad if you do, because currently if you spend, always got to double check the number, $129, so you take $129 out of your pocket, you get this mini Stampin' Cut Emboss machine in boho blue, $63 value. You also get $175 worth of Stampin' Up product. You get free shipping. They put in a free paper pumpkin kit into your new kit as well. Plus you get business supplies, which means you're going to currently get a pack of the Celebration catalogs, a pack of the mini catalogs, and a pack of the annual catalogs. You're going to get all that in there. What's not in there right now is order forms because they were on back order. But if you're just doing this to get, it's a great deal. If you just want it for the offer, grab it for the offer. I'll invite you into my Facebook group. There you get free PDFs every month. I always give a minimum of 1 per month, and it just depends on how many PDFs I do up each month. But I do post them in my Facebook group free for my team. You also get one-on-one training if you want that. You get access to me and any creativity questions you have, any questions you have about Stampin' Up, any questions you have about ordering, any questions you have about Paper Pumpkin. I answer all the questions. If I don't know the answer, I'll find the answer. If it's a question that needs to go to Stampin' Up, I will direct you to Stampin' Up. So you get that with me and my team. Great group of people, very friendly. When you join, you just say you don't want the mini Stampin' Cut Emboss machine, long name. Great little machine. Love mine. Used it a lot yesterday making all these cards. You can just pay $99 out of your pocket and get $175. Pick whatever you want from the catalog. Normally, and after February 28th, back in March 1st, it's going to go you pay $99 and get $125. So you're going to get $50 less every month. Now, the great thing is, there's no commitment after you purchase. You just purchase and that's it. You're in my team Facebook group. You can go into the demonstrator planning place Facebook group, which is only for Stampin' Up demonstrators. Access to so much creativity that you don't have if you're not a demonstrator. So you get access to the demonstrator website. You get pre-orders. If you sign up today, you get access to something that's not even available to others yet. And let me show you, I'm going to do a quick sneak peek. This is available March 1st to the public. And as a demonstrator, we were able to purchase it February 1st. An Irresistible Blooms, a new stamp set. We've got this die set. Now you can put this in your starter kit today. Look at those dies. These flowers and leaves cut out the paper in this paper pack. Those dies are gorgeous. I can't wait to play with them. It just came yesterday, so I will be playing with it when we're done here, actually. And we've got this full 6x6 paper pack. You can add all this into your brand new starter kit today when you join. It's an amazing, look at those papers. They're so pretty. And then, you know, all our papers are double-sided. So you get access to this. Again, no one else has access to these right now. It's just active demonstrators and anyone who joins. These cute, they're kind of like they're like a regular embellishment with a flat back, but they're loose. And you always know if something has adhesive or not, because it'll say, if it says loose, it is not going to have adhesive on the back. If it says adhesive backed, going to have adhesive. But how fun are those colors? So they're going to make great little embellishments. And it hasn't stopped. Look, we have a new stamp set coming out. And these are all going on the online exclusive store. So these won't even be in a catalog. This gives you an idea of how big these letters are. If I had to just randomly guess, I'd say an inch. Maybe an inch and a quarter. So those are, we need an alphabet die set. So cute. And then this is a first. They did a 3-pack of embossing folders. Sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. Those allergies just get me every time. I haven't even opened. This is actually the first time I'm seeing it as I'm opening it with you. So you get, this is 3D Basics embossing folder. And this one looks like, it's almost like a floral pattern. Can we hold, I'm trying to hold that up so you can see. And then like a crisscross pattern. I like that. That's a fun one. And then like a polka dot, almost. There we go. So those 3 come in one set, which is great. I love it. And then, of course, we need some specialty paper, naturally gilded. I wasn't planning on doing this. I was just talking about joining, and then I remembered you can add all this new stuff. I mean, how fun is this? How pretty is this paper? Oh, okay. Oh, there's more. Okay, first time seeing it in person with you guys live right now. Oh my goodness. Scrapbooking Christmas. Hello. Does anyone else see like a gorgeous, sorry, there's a lot of reflection, but a gorgeous like Christmas layout just happening there? It's just screaming at me. And then, well, if you're in North America, like the cold climates, and if you're like Australia, you could use this one because it's fun and wild. You can, lots of growth in the summer. Well, looks, okay. Or this one, gold for Christmas. It doesn't even have to be Christmas. I love this for scrapbooking, but this is going to be so cute on cards as well. So look at that fun paper. So there you go. That's another bonus of joining. My link, join my team, is in that description. Would love to have you. If you have any questions, message me. I will answer them. Send those messages on my Facebook Messenger. If you know, if we're friends already, just send me via the friend. Oh, look at some of these papers. If you want to be friends, send me a friend request. Send me a message. Say, hey, you said to send you a friend request. I will friend read. Look at these papers. They're gorgeous. Oh, I can't wait to play. So many cute patterns in there. So many. Look at that. Those dies cut those flowers out. Right, flower. I can't speak. I'm so excited. Those dies will cut out those flowers, and I believe these leaves right here. So you can use the dies for those. Look at that. I love this paper. I'm in love. So how the online exclusive store will work is there are more products coming March 1st, and we don't even, as demonstrators, we don't know what they are. Stampin' Up! Is keeping their lips tight on that. they were like, they let us have this stuff early, not have, we had to purchase it, but they gave us access to purchase this early release products, and we can use them and create with them. You guys will have an option to buy them March 1st. Again, that's only unless you join. So if you join today, I just realized I never put up my microphone, so I'm gonna get people saying, "Oh, the sound was awful. I didn't connect it." That's why I went, "Oh." Anywho, I've rambled on enough. I really love these new products. I love all the Stampin' Up products. I love saving my percentage every month. My discount. It's one of the reasons like so many people join. Most of our demonstrators are hobby demonstrators. They join for the discount. They join because they get early access to products like these, and they join for the community. It's a great community. It's a wonderful company. I love it. So if you want to be a part of that, come join my team. I let my team pick their name, and we are Linked by Ink far and wide, because we go not only across America, but we even reach out to Germany, where we have someone on a military base. So I would love to have you. I hope you've enjoyed the class today. If you want the class, go ahead and make that purchase, and make sure to use that host code. Thanks so much for watching. You have a great one. Have a great weekend coming up, and I'll see you next Tuesday for Technique Tuesday at 2. Bye.